first, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Weatherman, we can't allow any further delay.
Well, hello and welcome to the First Alert Weather Podcast. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson here at KPTV. It is Wednesday evening and I'm joined by two of my co-meteorologists. Is that right? Yeah, my co-workers.
Sure.
Camila and Payton Major. How are you two doing?
Good, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Excellent. We are between shows. It is it's already 7:14. Oh, it's going to be a long podcast.
We gotta get a move on.
We only have 1 hour between 7 and 8 p.m. And we are streaming this. We're attempting to stream here live on our Fox 12 Weather Facebook page as well. So each of you make sure we can't use, bad words. They can be kind of
because
bad,
we
not,
do anyway. I mean, we don't.
I don't want to hear a word that starts with S, with F, or anything like that. Okay,
Touché.
everybody can behave.
What about snow? Does that count?
Oh yeah, that S word is okay.
Okay, oof, good.
Okay, I see it on Facebook. It is working.
There we go.
Ooh, exciting.
Good. Yeah. And I think we can see your
Nice.
comments. Maybe not. I mean, it's supposed to work in our software. We wanted to test that out as well on a nice quiet weather day. So I believe if you type in a comment on our Facebook page, we will see it. I'll see it pop up here in the software. We'll see.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Maybe not, but this is a good test. All right. So this is what we're going to go through here. Recent weather recap for this episode. We got the term of the week. One we haven't done before. We've got what's ahead, of course, what's coming up in the next 5, 10, or maybe 15 days. And then we're going to go further out. With time, it's always further, not farther. My winter outlook, which is not, you're not going to hear 3 inches of snow in mid-December, followed by dry weather in January, followed by 2 inches of snow the first week of February. I don't do that sort of stuff.
People want specifics, Mark. Come on.
That's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Let me get into the file here. Okay. It did change, didn't it?
Yep.
Peyton, you want to do this
we're
part?
good.
You want to talk about
Sure.
cold? You got some graphics here. You put together a lot of this part of this. So just tell
Yeah,
me to go
sure.
forward when it's time. Because I have control.
Okay, I will. He has control. 39
Well, you know what I
degrees
mean.
this morning. No, I'm just kidding. 39 degrees in Portland this morning. That makes it our coldest night of the season so far. And this graphic, Mark, still has the old Portland Hillsboro.
No,
thing.
we didn't.
I
it says Portland
Airport.
twice.
That's the official name.
Oof.
Okay, well, the
Yeah.
second Portland to the west is supposed to be Hillsboro.
We know that,
Strike
folks.
one.
Yeah.
Keep track, everybody.
Strike 3 does a stream shutdown.
Yeah, it should.
Yes.
You notice the warm area there where the east wind was still blowing, the yellowish areas?
Yeah.
Keeps the
Yeah,
air
almost
stirred up.
almost 50.
Troutdale. Crazy.
Yeah, Troutdale barely dropped below 50.
Yeah, we're just 6
Yeah.
degrees shy of our record, too. But, coldest nights so far in October, and last year we also got to 39 degrees, so we'll see.
Look at
Maybe we'll get
2022.
cooler.
In 2022, we didn't even get below 44, which is pretty amazing for October.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Seems
pretty
really
crazy.
warm.
Yeah.
More frost advisories. I know, we probably got another notification on our Fox 12 weather app, but it's been day 3?
Monday,
think.
Tuesday, Wednesday. Is this going to be the 4th morning? I don't know. 3 or 4 mornings.
This might
These
be
are
the
all
4th.
really marginal. This is really marginal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, just, protect outdoor plants that are sensitive.
Right.
That's
There
it.
we go.
This weekend.
Oh, recent weather. We did say this is a recent weather dump, right? Is that okay to say dump in that way?
Yeah,
That's how the
sure.
kids say it. It's like a dump of recent weather information.
Are you applying what we learned last week?
I sure am.
Oh,
Teacher.
wow. you're
Mark's getting
incredible.
more and more hip with each
Ugh.
podcast.
So proud of him.
Up 1% this week, so now I'm up to 4% hit.
Great.
Oh boy. Okay, well, I gathered some of our rain totals Friday through Sunday. Very random, by the way.
Yeah.
Portland got about a half an inch, Vancouver over an inch, Bonneville Dam over an inch, Tillamook nearly 3. I mean, it was all over the place. But not much in Eastern Oregon.
And because we had convection, which was some of those, some areas got nailed by the showers more heavily than others.
Yeah. Super random with those heavy showers.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this was fun. This was a little bit of excitement on a Sunday night.
Sure was. Sure was.
So we're starting here with the funnel cloud observed
in
in
the
La
center.
Center. Yep, just before 4. I remember that. Yeah, there was an impressive kind of convective line of showers. Oh my gosh, thanks, Irina.
I should point out, we love you,
that's
Irina,
so
because
nice.
that is our first comment that has made it through. Yes.
Wait, no,
Thank
I
you
see a couple
for watching.
others.
Well, no, But once again, I have control issues, so I let that one go through. We can choose.
You can choose.
What if they say naughty words? We can't just let those comments go through.
Oh, you're right, because then it pops up on the video.
Yeah, that would be cool.
This is fancy.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to get sidetracked.
I'm sorry.
That was very exciting.
Yeah.
This was exciting too, though. Yeah. So funnel cloud, but there were no reports of damage or any actual tornado sightings with this one in Loss Center before 4 p.m.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This one, though, southern area of Longview, right after, about 3 to 3:15. There was some decent damage. I believe there were 4 buildings that sustained some type of damage. There was a roof that was ripped off. This information, this is from the National Weather Service. You see this little blurb on the left. So they sent surveyors to check stuff out. And they think that there was winds of 80 to 85 miles per hour that came through here, causing that damage. But the question is, was it a tornado or not? National Weather Service says likely a wet microburst that produced damaging straight line winds, even though there was a little bit of rotation, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a little bit. See on the lower right? This is I think this is storm relative velocity, I believe it was. And it just shows, all you can see is toward or away from the radar. You can't see, if it's going sideways or whatnot. But you can see it's moving towards the radar here. This is at, 3:11, so about the time this happened, away from the Portland radar site, which is down near Scappoose. And so if it's going, you can see my pointer, right? I haven't said that for a few weeks. So if it's going here, wouldn't there be a kind of a gradual, there could be a rotation right in here going like this. Spinning. There you go. And the radar was nothing, crazy. But that's, I would say almost every one of our tornadoes, there's nothing that impressive on this part of the radar. There's the reflectivity, the regular radar most of us see. But there was a little bit of spin there.
Listen, this is more than a knocked over porta potty, okay?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because sometimes we get those too, and it's like, okay, but I remember I was like panic texting Mark and Payton, and Mark was like, no.
I was vacuuming.
He's like, if this was a tornado, he's like, this is how they happen. Like sometimes it's just completely random because there were no severe weather watches, warnings, or anything out there, right? Except for the coast.
Yeah,
90% of hours like this, there's no warning. We might have a hint that maybe a pattern is maybe could be set correctly for it, but yeah. And we tend to look for that in what month?
October.
Right now. Ding, ding, ding.
This is just all the tornadoes, whether they're EF0, most of them, or EF3. We've never had a 4 or 5 in the Pacific Northwest. And this is 1950 all the way through 2024. And you're like, well, what area does this cover? It's basically our viewing area, I think, from Lane County northward in Western Oregon up to, it does not include Lewis County because that's actually in Seattle's area. But maybe it does include Lewis County. But either way, Southwest Washington. But there's clearly a peak in late spring and again mid-fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're safe in February and July, usually.
Yeah, that would be the time.
But you never know. But again, reiterating, for now, we cannot say that a tornado happened on that day. We saw a funnel cloud, maybe a land spout, and that's about it. And some strong winds.
Yeah. Okay, so the term of the week.
Look at this GIF, as I always say.
That is beautiful. Look at that.
Okay, here's how I describe a microburst. It's kind of like dropping a water balloon. Because all the water kind of goes in all directions when it hits the ground. That's exactly how a microburst is. I mean, it kind of looks like a water balloon in that video there. Here's a scientific definition, and then we'll get to the easy stuff. Small downbursts, less than 2.5 miles in outflow diameter, with peak winds lasting 2 to 5 minutes, and they may induce dangerous wind and downflow wind shears, which can affect aircraft performance.
Felipe loves it. Thank you.
Thanks, you, Felipe.
Nice.
Wait, I'm going to leave a comment or question for us.
I'm sorry.
There we go. Okay, no, you're good. So basically, it's just a powerful column of wind that occurs when cooled air drops from the base of a thunderstorm, hits the ground, and spreads out in all directions. There can be wet microbursts, which is most likely what happened in Longview. Humid, stormy environment, usually, obviously a rainy day, or dry microbursts with really low dew points at the surface.
Next.
That's it in graphic form.
There it is.
Yep. Dry air cools, falls, accelerates, Could be as strong as 150 miles per hour. You know what? I was doing research on this, Mark, and I've never seen a microburst up to 150. I've seen maybe up to 100.
Seems a little high, huh?
That's pretty crazy.
It does seem kind of high.
They were covering themselves, so when they made the graphic, they wouldn't have to make it again and change that number.
Right.
Well, I remember when we were studying these in school recently, not too far back. They mentioned how a lot of airports, obviously, that's why they pay very close attention to when there's possible thunderstorms, because those microbursts, imagine what could happen, if you've got a plane flying through when one of those happens. Devastating.
Yeah, that's a nightmare. Oh my goodness. Microburst versus tornadoes. This kind of just goes back to what happened on Sunday. This is interesting. For every approximately 10 microburst reports, there's one tornado. So it's kind of there's obviously a lot more microburst reports than there are tornado reports. Tornado damage usually has a circular pattern of debris and destruction. So that's kind of why the National Weather Service was saying, does anybody have a video of this happening?
Yeah, we really rely on that. Like, we'll get a still, but we'll get a still picture and people will be like, was that a tornado? It's like, we can't tell unless there's some sort of movement typically, unless it's this thing to the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's pretty clear cut.
Obviously. And then a microburst, straight line pattern of debris destruction from a center point. So kind of, I think of like dominoes from a center point.
Oh, yeah.
And they can produce EF1 tornado strength wind gusts, which is up to 100 miles per hour. So.
And I do remember that there was surveillance video, right, from the damage. And it did kind of look like, things were kind of sheared off. But, just comparing from videos that I've seen back in the Midwest with tornadoes, there was typically you can kind of see debris sort of swirling, right? Or being kind of thrown at a curved angle. And we didn't see that with this surveillance video, even though we got good video of clouds. You could definitely see the rotation in the clouds. But as far as we know, we didn't see any sort of like actual funnel cloud or,
And I was going to point out, remember the Rockaway one? I think it was last November or October. It was last November. And remember how the dumpster everything moved one way, then it moved back the other way in the dark. That was kind of a clear sign that, okay, there was a shifting wind of some sort.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, that's our term of the week.
What's ahead for the weather geeks? This is your favorite part.
Nice.
Well, hopefully this whole podcast is your favorite part. If you're
see how many people are watching. We got 9 people, Mark. We can't have them leave.
No one let you down. If you just joined us, by the way, we're just testing our live streaming capability. But if you have a comment or a question, we can answer it for you, hopefully. As long as we don't go too long. We only have an hour. Look at this. Just the temperatures the last 30 days. You just see the general downward trend. Remember back in the glory days of mid to late September, it's like a high in the 60s. That would be freezing cold. But look how not only does the average go down, but our temperatures have gone down. I mean, actually, we've kind of tracked relatively close to normal as we've gone downhill here. In October. I think that's interesting. And this is the quick, no period of time changes more quickly than right now. I mean, from mid-September to mid-October, we dropped 12 degrees. From the October 1st to November 1st, we dropped 13 degrees. I actually counted these on a slow day the other day. At no month do we rise more than 7 degrees in 1 month in the spring. So it's about half, as most months are 5, 6, or 7 degrees per month rise. So yeah, it does change much more quickly in the fall, and that is maybe why in the spring you're like, wow, spring seems to last forever, right? Rainfall, all these warm colors are a little below average precipitation. So most of the region has had a little bit drier than normal precipitation, mostly rain, of course, some mountain snow, but in the last 30 days. So just a quick little recap there. And we are at the spot. So, we have a 6% chance for any one day rain on any one day around August 1st. Basically, it almost never rains then. It ramps up in mid-September, kind of levels off from mid-September to mid-October in general. And then here's the big ramp up, begins about now through the beginning of November. So that's why most years things start to turn wetter in general. But will
Faucet's on.
Yes, faucet is turned on. Look at that beautiful satellite picture. All clear west of the Cascades today. The last of the low clouds east of the Cascades dissipating nicely. All pretty. All right, here, let's get into the geekery. So 500 millibar heights right now. So we have that cool upper level trough. That was the one, I believe, that came through last weekend. Yeah, that cold Canadian one that dropped in Sunday. Sat on the desert Southwest. Tons of rain. I see Salt Lake City has had their wettest October on record.
Wow.
Lots of rain across the Southwest. So they must like that unless there's too much, for flooding. That's right now.
Monster.
Yeah. Oops. Who did that? Okay, there we go. The little zigzag. What does that mean? Zigzag? in the upper level map?
Ridge?
Yes.
Ridge.
Perfect. So we have kind of weak ridging over us. We get to Friday midday. We're recording this on Wednesday evening. By Friday midday, the flow is flattened over us. Still pretty good high pressure to our south, but there's this little baby system passing by. We're on the southern edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we have a lot of clouds coming in Thursday night. Friday morning, we're saying a sprinkle or two. That's it. Almost all of it is up to the north. Ooh, but this is a real big boy here. This isn't the little baby one.
That's the juicier one.
Yeah, nice upper level trough dropping in. This is Sunday morning. There's kind of two wiggles in the flow. There's 1, 2, we call those shortwave troughs, basically. And this is accompanied by a cold front early Sunday morning, this first one. So cool troughing. And models are saying this is we're testing out the Horizon AI model through a vendor.
You know what? I meant to check. How did that do, like, with last weekend's rain?
I think it was okay, wasn't it?
Did it do okay?
Yeah, it did pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we had a wide variety, so it's kind of easy for it to.
Yeah, that's true. With the showers, it's tough for any model.
Let's watch this for next week. This is interesting. Notice it has spots in the valley by Sunday evening that still have had less than 1/10 of an inch south of Salem. This would imply most of the juicy front, with the front passing by Saturday night, most of it is up north here. And with the showers behind, a lot of it is shielded by the Coast Range and the westerly. Actually, Florence has far less rain, too. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we'll see. The drier parts of the valley, west side, typically closer to the Coast Range, maybe get only a 1/3 of an inch of rain or less. So, nice little soaking. What do you see here? Oh, yeah.
Cape.
We're talking Cape, folks. Cape.
Oh, most unstable Cape.
And that would be
to
what?
be specific.
I heard it.
Convective available potential energy.
Yes. And what day looks like good Cape?
Sunday.
So we add in that to the unstable, we add the scattered showers pattern behind the organized rain Saturday night. So on Sunday, we have scattered off and on showers, some sun breaks. The land is still warm. We also have a southerly wind at the surface and westerly above. This is kind of the setup for that. I don't even want to say it.
You don't want to say the FC word.
Yeah. Wait, FC. Oh, I was like, it's FU, but I see it funnel cloud. Okay, I see FC. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so that I could see a setup Sunday where we get some funnel clouds overhead. I mean, somebody gives us a picture of a funnel cloud. So I think that's the only real interesting day of the next 7. Rain or snow in the mountains. This looks like lighter snow than what we had last weekend when Timberline, I think, had about 10 inches. So maybe by Monday morning, there's a 1/2 inch or an inch of snow, government camp, maybe another 5 to 8 inches high up at the ski resort. So, looks good.
Not bad.
And then we jump ahead to next Wednesday. Look at that. Now, this is the Euro ensemble average, 18. Oh, no, this is this morning's run. And, higher than normal heights. So we're thinking we go back into mainly or all dry for a few days next work week. So beginning next Monday, kind of like what we just did this week. It's kind of flat ridging. Sometimes we call that a dirty ridge. Weird, I know. But that means a flat ridge. Dirty means like stuff can get through it.
Yeah.
Clouds.
Stuff
like that.
Okay, yeah. So I did notice the GM and GFS models are a little flatter with this. So we'll see. So we get rain over the weekend. Next week looks like dry again. Oh, but wait. Days 8 through 13. So this is next Thursday. So this is heading into the final weekend of October.
Halloween.
That's what I was going to say.
No, the weekend before, the 23rd. The following weekend is the 25th and 26th.
Oh, gosh, I'm really jumping ahead.
That's right. That's funny. I had the same thought. I was like, but I got to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
With my son. Not just myself. That'd be weird.
By the way, what is your son? You have a little pumpkin. What's he going to be this year?
Enzo's going to be...
real Halloween.
He's going to be a walrus. It's going to be really cute.
Incredible.
Yes.
Like
it's like a little, it's just a little thing you shove them into and it's got a hood. And I think the hood has the tusks.
I'll probably be screaming and yelling, but make sure you get the picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Anyway, so we look good through at least the middle of next week. There are hints, though. Both the Euro ensemble average and the GFS, they're slightly different on intensity, but they have more of a classic big long wave trough sitting up over the eastern Pacific for at least a few days. And this is a very wet pattern for us. You can have little upper surface lows that spin up and get close to the coastline in this pattern. So that could be pretty active the end of next week into that following weekend. All right. So, and you can see that here. So 24-hour preset. all the rain on Sunday. Kind of a gap here. Most of the ensemble members from the Euro have quite a dry gap in here during the weekdays next week.
Have you noticed we've been in that pattern actually for the last like few weeks? It's been like wet weekend, dry week, wet weekend. It's interesting.
I have a totally clean shop. I vacuumed last weekend. I organized like, I don't know, the sockets or something.
Exciting.
Really exciting. Well, because it was raining, so I just got all the indoor stuff done that I needed to get done.
Mark's free time activities.
Yeah. And then look at the following weekend. So this is that final weekend of the month. And most ensemble members from the Euro are wet.
Actually, that was the one that, I mean, I know it's a long ways out, but that one looked particularly juicy, potentially.
Yeah, you're seeing more of the yellows and the reds here.
Uh-huh.
Which as we head towards November, a better chance for atmospheric rivers.
Right.
So we might get a real soaking maybe that following weekend, somewhere in there. So that's a general trend. Wet, dry, probably really wet. That's what we're thinking. And our 7-day forecast looks like this. Remember, the rain is coming in Saturday, probably around 8 p.m. or so. Models seem to be in pretty good agreement that it is late in the evening. Saturday all day looks fantastic.
Yeah.
We got out. I know we got the big. There's a big march, I think, downtown on Saturday. Weather looks great for that. People heading out to the corn maze or whatever looks fantastic. Get it all done and then come home and it'll be rainy on Sunday and get your indoor, laundry done for the next work week.
That's perfect, honestly.
There we
Meal
go.
prep.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go, folks.
Get your notepads out. Time to take some notes, everybody.
That's right. So winter outlook. I call it Mark's winter thoughts. This is on our webpage right now. If you have, hopefully you have our app. I'm holding up a blank phone, I know. But if you have our app, you got the push alert in the last 2 or 3 days. All the information is there, quite a bit of detail. But this is called a podcast, and so we go into a lot of details. I think one thing that's pretty interesting, we've got 11 years since we've had a snow-free winter.
Wow.
Which
in Portland specifically.
In Portland. And of course, one of those, this was the COVID March where we had half an inch on a Saturday morning in March. It didn't really snow that winter, so that barely counts. The point is, officially, out of Park Rose, where the official observations are taken, we've had 10 consecutive winters with measurable snow. Up until this period, we'd never had more than 7.
Wow.
So it was more like this in the past. See a few zeros here and there. I remember. Did you hear that old man sound? I remember way back.
Back in my day.
When I would go visit schools, I would show the graphic going back 20 years, and there were 4 years, like 99 to 2002 or 1, where we didn't have any measurable snow. There were 4 winters.
Wow.
So sometimes we'll go 2 winters without snowfall. So this has actually been pretty unusual. We've had pretty significant events during this period as well. Yeah. All right, so we talked about this last week. We did La Nina. ENSO neutral is present right now. This is the official ENSO alert system. We are under a La Nina watch. Wait, did that change? No. Anyway.
I hope not.
Is it still a watch? I'm thinking, what's the next level up? We are under a La Nina. No, we're under a watch still, I believe. So NOAA thinks that we're going to go from this ENSO neutral to La Nina likely in the next couple of months. They give it a 71% chance of La Nina during the winter, during the first part of winter, and then down to a 50% chance or so in the deep and later part of winter, which is interesting. This is real marginal again this year, like last year. La Nina means a cooling of the tropical Pacific there, cooler than average temps. All right, so again, last winter technically was not a La Nina winter. I mean, it was right on the edge. So officially, it won't go down as a La Nina winter, but we were in La Nina conditions most of the winter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all man-made criteria. So it's like the criteria was slightly different. It would have been a La Nina winter.
Right. The threshold.
Just looking back at last winter, we had near normal temps and precipitation. We only had 2 weeks with the typical, what I would call La Nina conditions, which is cool and wet, lots of mountain snow. That was in early February. We had no major windstorms, and we had no Arctic blast last year. North and central Oregon Cascade snowfall was near average. It was below average up in Washington, which for a marginal La Nina winter would be unusual for them, and it was. But then remember the huge snowpack across South and Southeast Oregon.
Yeah, that's right. Everything was going south. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a marginal La Nina winter. The previous winter was that. Oh yeah, the one before was a strong El Nino winter, and it was warmer and wetter than average. That was not unusual. But what we all remember about the previous winter was 1 week of extreme cold and snow, probably the most intense cold and wind episode we'd seen in about 30 years. That mid-January. Oh, that was so windy and cold. Weren't you in Phoenix at the time, Payton?
I was in Virginia, but my
Wait, in
family.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, my family obviously is from here and lives here, so it was. I heard a lot. I heard a lot. Yeah, I actually had a
Yeah.
family member in the hospital, and we couldn't go see
Ooh.
them, so it was very bad.
Too tough to get
Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
And so otherwise, it acted like a normal El Nino winter. So this was 2 winters back. Terrible ski season start, and then it got better once we got into that snow in January. And if we go 3 winters back, that was a La Nina event. Nothing really memorable happened that winter. It had been Portland dropped below 20. We did briefly do that. No Arctic blast that year. We had a late February. Oh, yeah, that was the big late February snowstorm in February 2023.
Or like 10 inches or no?
Right.
Around Valentine's Day?
No, that was Valentine's Day was
That's
last year. It was
last
about a week
year.
after Valentine's. It was really late. Because I remember we were in the 40s very quickly afterwards because it was so late season. So that was interesting. All right, so this is just, we showed this last week. We won't spend much time on it. This is just the ENSO plume, which is a whole bunch of model predictions. The shaded area is neutral in the tropical Pacific. So notice the dynamic and statistical model averages just briefly dip into La Nina territory, and then they're back out by late winter. Again, just emphasize this is real marginal. We tend to have more wavy jet stream. Jet stream tends to flip around more. We tend to in La Nina winters. Again, if it's a weak La Nina, the effect is diminished. We tend to have areas of high pressure, the upper level highs that develop out in here. And if that happens on the backside, Arctic air will get a little closer to us than normal. Instead of maybe going to Minnesota, it might make it into Montana and North Dakota. I mean, not quite like that, but a little closer. So we tend to have more interaction of the cold and the moisture. All right. And here's another way to look at it. El Nino winters, I think this is for the western valleys of Oregon. Average precipitation in an El Nino winter, about 18, 19 inches, more like 19 or so in a neutral winter, and more like 19, closer to 20 for a La Nina winter. So in general, it's wetter. It tends to be wetter in La Nina winters. Okay. From 1970 to 2000. So for a 30-year period, our La Ninas were wetter than normal. This is a composite of all of them. And Camilla, you saw this last year when we did this talk on the podcast. But then since 2000, look at what has changed during these La Nina winters. Yeah, pretty interesting, huh? What's changed? I don't know. So when we say cooler than average, when we say wetter than average for La Nina winters, well, that's not really the case the last 25 years. So
right. Much. So it's been drier.
Where's my coin flip and my dice? Yeah. Interesting. And this is just hardcore stuff. I just have a spreadsheet. Some of the events. The city was shut down by the cold and ice storm leading into Christmas Eve. Oh, I forgot that year we did have the Christmas Eve. All that ice shut airports down. Is that the year Andy had to drive down to Arizona for Christmas? I think so.
Oh, no.
I don't remember.
Instead of fly, he and his son got a car. They were there in like 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Because to the south, it was fine. Big late February snowstorm too. Yeah. Okay. We have had 4 big snowstorms during the last 8 La Nina winters, so the chance for snow does go up a little bit. All right. But not every one. And you look at the winter snowfall in Portland during these weak to moderate La Ninas. Yeah, these last 4 did okay. Some pretty decent snowfall. But every once in a while we get a stinker. 2001 was a drought winter in the middle of a La Nina.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird, huh? And this one technically, we had a ton of snow like just above the valley floor in this one. I had a lot. I think I had like 40 inches at home this winter at 1,000 feet. So we had lots of cool systems, but not enough to get sticking snow to Portland. One other thing going on, we don't talk about this much, the PDO, which is Pacific Decadal Oscillation. When we're in the warm phase, the ocean temperatures, we tend to have kind of a warm horseshoe shape here. When we're in the cold phase, cooler than average here and warmer than average here. We've been in the cool phase most of the time since 2000, the last 4 to 5 years. In fact, it was coolest on record. Was it July or August? Yeah, coolest on record. But I got this from Climate Impact Company. This is great. It's being driven by the way the index is calculated. It's driven by what's going on in the central and western Pacific versus along the west coast. It's not like it's crazy cold here, below average, but this has been record warm. This has been all-time warmth in the central and the western Pacific.
Which causes what? Cold upwelling along our coast?
Well, a little bit. It's really more a matter of I think this is all a lot of theoretical stuff, but the idea is you get this may instigate upper level ridging ahead of it in this area.
Oh, which then would just continue to enhance that La Nina pattern of
Yeah.
pulling down the
Maybe.
colder
Like
air.
we see the troughs dropping in.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could.
do.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's such a huge heat wave here, would it be farther west this year? I don't know. A lot of theories.
All right.
So my summary for all this is most likely we have a cooler and wetter than average winter ahead, except the last 25 years. That hasn't really happened. So I said, this is from my blog post, give that about a 50 to 70% chance. I feel better about the wetter versus cooler for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume the ski season should be good. Most La Nina winters end up with good ski conditions. Sometimes it takes a while to get here. But last year was great. I remember people were skiing in mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
That was really early.
Nice. Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if we don't get at least one snow and ice event that shuts the metro area down. Yes, we're due for a no-snow winter statistically, but in these types of winters, it seems like we're going to probably get something at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's brief, because last year, what was it, Valentine's Day, the city was kind of shut. I'm sorry, the 13th of February, we were shut down this last February. And then the south wind kicked in on Valentine's Day itself. We jumped up to 40, 45 degrees, and you could still go out in the evening Valentine's Day, and the roads were wet.
Yeah.
I hope it's something like that if it happens.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
It has been 30 years since we've had a major flood event. The flood of 96 has also been 30 years since we've had a major windstorm. I mean, a region-wide major windstorm.
Mm-hmm.
Again, very marginal La Nina. Do we really know when it's that weak? The effects could be so weak. Something else overrides it we don't know about. Our winters are getting warmer. 3 of the last 4 La Nina winters were normal or warmer than normal. All right? But we keep getting these very brief but intense little, where very shallow cold air slips in from the east through the gorge. And that's what's been giving us our snow events. So we're on quite a streak here. And you can read all about this on the weather blog. Let's go through this part pretty quickly. This is government camp versus Mount Hood Meadows snowfall during La Nina winters back to the mid-'80s. Red, of course, is Mount Hood Meadows because it's higher, 5,300 feet. Government camp is at 4,000 feet. And the lines are the average for each location. So compare the blues with the blue line, compare the reds with the red line.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, just if you look at either the blues or the reds here, most are above the lines, which means we tend to do better than average in these years. At the end, now this includes all the way through April. Sometimes we have to wait till February for the really good stuff.
Yeah.
And early winter snow, November and December at government camp. La Nina average is up there, is a little higher than the average for any November and December. So it may help early in the season, but we never know. We've had some La Ninas where it's like, man, it's just, you can't even ski until the 20th of December, and then it's huge.
Yeah.
So I think we don't know. But it's good data, and that's what we do here. November only. I'll let you look at this online. Not a whole lot of detail there. Woo! I can't believe we're going to get all this in within 1 hour.
This is great. We're just flying.
Incredible. Yes.
We are flying there.
Wanted to acknowledge.
Wow.
I'm going to check.
Yes.
I'm going to pop some questions up too while you do that.
Yeah, there's a couple people. Okay, first significant snow Mount Hood this season, and Irina asks.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, is it too early to talk about Halloween weather? I
think
don't like
so.
walking with my kids in the rain. Just a little too early. Maybe
I feel
give
that,
it.
Irina.
Yeah, I know. Nobody wants a rainy, soggy Halloween costume.
Mm-hmm.
A little too early for now. Probably give us a week. We'll give you a good forecast.
Yeah.
Gary Peterson took this photo, by the way.
Gary's a big photographer up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trillium Lake.
Joe lives in, I think, the Hoodland corridor, like out Welch's, Brightwood. He did make it to the Reba McEntire concert in '95, huge snowstorm. I bet. Oh, that was February of '95. I bet.
Nice. On his 4-wheeler?
No, 2-wheel drive Hyundai XL.
Oh.
Good job,
It
Joe.
popped up so fast. I was like, wait, what did that say? Nice.
Yeah,
That is funny.
there it is, Ken.
Oh,
2-wheel
okay,
drive
thank
Hyundai
you,
XL.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Huge snowstorm. Thank you, Joe.
I need to look up what a Hyundai Excel looks like.
Is that important for our weather
Gotta do that.
podcast?
Oh,
Yes.
wow. That is like a little tin can. It just helps, it helps me visualize that.
In the early '90s too.
His experience.
Yeah.
Okay, next photo. Let's see.
Oh, I
what
mean,
do
I'm
I-
on the wrong. Hang on. There. Next one. Oh,
Yeah.
we've had a bunch of these, huh?
Ooh, stunning. This one's actually from this morning. Fresh off the press.
Glowy.
Shane Darden. So lovely from the St. John's Bridge. Why can't I? That sounds weird coming off my tongue. Video.
Shane Darden. Yep. Sorry.
It's a video. Do you want to press
Apologize.
play?
Oh, is this from the, wait,
it's a
no.
video.
Was this from the weekend? The
Wait,
lightning
this one? There's no video.
Yes.
No,
Oh,
the
this
next one.
video. Oh,
This
one.
was from 10/9, so I think it's Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
nice.
oh, look at that. Oh, nice. And he's
Play
Blink
looking-
and
again.
you'll miss it. Ooh.
Wait, I can hear some music. Let's listen.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, we can't hear the music?
I think it was hip hop, was it?
Oh, can't hear it.
Could just be the voices in your head, Mark.
Okay.
Is that a cemetery?
It looks like it.
I think it is, yes.
Interesting.
So thank you, Rita.
It's a good view. That's a good storm chasing spot or storm watching spot. Yeah, you can send your photos to us on our app or kptv.com/weather. Make sure you include your name so we can give you credit. And we love horizontal photos.
Yeah, it helps with TV.
Is it hot dog, not hamburger? I don't know how it works anymore.
I've never heard that, but that sounds good.
You haven't? Maybe.
We do have one more question here. I'll put this one on.
Oh.
Susan. Oh, yeah, Susie. You've been around a while. I've recognized the name. Why don't you guys show Woodburn on the map? You do occasionally. Oh, LOL, sorry. But not all the time. Here's the deal. Woodburn is between Salem and Portland. There's no official station there. We have, of official stations, we have Aurora and Salem Airport. You're right between, I guess, a little closer to Aurora. I think there's a map or two that we have where we grab like a home weather station and maybe show that every once in a while. But it's just you're between two official stations. So
yeah.
We still love Woodburn.
We love Woodburn, though.
I grew up like 6 miles from
We
Woodburn.
do.
Monitor. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, wait, is that it?
I think so. I wanted to acknowledge the 7 people that are... Oh, no, we have 6 now. 6 people who are still watching.
A couple of those were like, this is over.
Too much Euro ensemble talk.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Well, we appreciate you guys.
Camilla's got a show in 10 minutes. Thanks for watching, folks. And we also play this. Well, you're watching. If you're watching now, you don't need to watch it later. So, anyway, yeah. So we will see you next week. I think we're recording in the morning. I think Katie is making an appearance next week.
Nice.
Next Wednesday or Thursday, I believe. So we'll have a brand new weather podcast for you. Maybe at that point we'll know if it's really going to pour as we head towards Halloween.
There you go.
All right. Have a great evening, everybody, and we will see you next week.
So stop your waiting and hesitating and tell us